I'm Dee Norman, your Liminal reader, and this is the Quiet Catalogue. Get comfortable. This broadcast is meant for relaxed listening. Broadcast 002-1-S-A-H Helm-Cravens Library, Western Kentucky University, after closing, early 1990s. The path up the hill is slightly steep, so you take your time. The early autumn air carries the scent of newly fallen leaves and damp earth. The sky is full of low-hanging gray clouds, full of rain, but no rain falls yet. There is only the stillness of the evening as gentle shadows rise around you. As you reach the pedestrian bridge that leads to the door of Helm-Cravens Library, the campus's sodium lights flick on. It's not quite dark enough to need them, but they cast a warm orange glow. Before walking across the bridge, you pause, allowing your eyes to sweep over nearby buildings. The pale sides of the Fine Arts Center rise across the plaza in front of the library. The colonnade is quiet, its white arches empty of people. Higher up the hill, another building rises, partially shrouded by trees. You take a deep breath, savoring the crisp, clean air. The distant sound of traffic can be heard, coming from the far side of campus. The first few drops of rain fall as you turn to cross the bridge. Some of the cool drops land on your forehead and the backs of your hands. As you approach the door of the library, the security light shining above the entranceway reflects off the black metal book drop and door handles. Through the glass, you see a murky view of what is inside the building, partially obscured by your own diffused reflection. With a gentle tug, the door opens and you enter a vestibule. It is still warm with the concentrated heat of the day's sunlight. The bulletin boards that line the walls on either side of you are crammed with flyers and announcements. Some are crisp and new. They look like they were hung just a moment ago. Others are worn and have tattered edges and missing corners. You pause and let your eyes drift over them. Lost, green scarf. If found, please call 4668. Party, Saturday, October 14th, 1523 Kentucky Street. Looking for a ride to Owensboro, October 16th. We'll pay for gas. Wanted, student assistant for research support. Flexible hours. See Dr. Pace in Grice Hall. There is a wire rack under one of the bulletin boards. It is filled with the latest issue of the College Heights Herald newspaper. A few copies lay on the floor, open to the back and missing the coupon for the local pizzeria. A second set of doors lead into the common area of the library's 4th floor. You pass through the 2 slender pillars of the security system. You take another deep breath, this time of indoor air suffused with the smell of books. The scent is dry, comforting, with a hint of vanilla. The circulation desk is across from you, at the far corner of the expansive room. A lone staff member is quietly checking out books for the remaining patrons. There is a distant beep of a barcode scanner as they work. Occasionally, the sound of a quiet chuckle or word makes its way across the deep green carpet and to your ears. To your far left, you can see a new addition, a computer lab. Rows of computers sit on tables behind a low partition. They are running Windows 3.1, their bright blue screens glowing as the last few computer users save their work and prepare to leave for the day. You can just make out the sound of the mechanical keyboards clicking as the last few words of the day are written. The card catalog, recently abandoned for a new computerized system, still stands in the center of the room. It is large, and its many tiny drawers stand unused. You walk to it slowly, admiring its many small drawers, their silver handles glowing dully in the lights overhead. Though you aren't looking for anything in particular, you pause by its side and brush your hand over the top. Your hand glides smoothly over the satiny dark brown wood. Curling your finger around one of the drawer pulls, you tug carefully and the drawer moves with only slight resistance, smoothly on well-cared-for metal slides. It bumps to a soft stop. Inside, the long row of catalog cards is still in its place. Their edges are worn from the touch of countless hands. You take your turn, trailing your fingers over the tops of the cards. Many are typed in various shades of ink. Most of the ink has faded into dusky blues and blacks. Dotted throughout are cards typed in muted shades of red. Some cards are even handwritten. You slide the drawer shut and walk towards the computer lab. It is empty now, the abandoned monitors silhouetted against tall windows. Almost all of the screens are dark, but a few are still glowing. Small green power indicator lights bloom in the upper corner of the keyboards. A dot matrix printer stands in the near corner. It is completely at rest, its carriage still. The paper feed is unmoving. A single red light on its side blinks on and off. As you gaze out the large plate glass windows, the last few library patrons file out the door behind you. Their quiet voices and the sound of their footsteps fade as the door shuts behind them. The library clerk at the circulation desk hangs their sweater on the back of their chair. They pick up their backpack and stroll to the exit. You turn the other way, passing the desk on your left and heading to the hallway that leads to the elevators and stairwell. The stairway is to your left, but you turn to your right. The light from the ceiling makes a dull glow on the two sets of silver doors that make up the elevator bank. You press the up button and it glows green. A hum emanates from deep below your feet until you hear a quiet ding. The elevator doors slide open and you step inside. Its wood-paneled walls surround you. You press the button for the 9th floor, and the doors quietly slide shut. The deep hum resumes. The elevator rises gently, carrying you up to the top floor. When you reach floor 9, the doors open again, and you step out into deep silence. There are no library patrons hard at work in the study carols. No one wanders the shelves looking for a book. The room is empty, still, and quiet. The fluorescent lights above evenly illuminate its expanse. You inhale, closing your eyes to savor the scent of millions of pages at rest between their covers. Moving slowly, you walk to the plate glass windows that look out over Normal Street. The campus outside is dark, and the rain, which was only a drizzle earlier, is now steadily falling from low clouds the color of slate. As you watch, a lone car drives past far below. Its headlights throw golden cones of light on the wet pavement. A gust of wind catches at the tops of the trees, and a few orange leaves are blown free, whirling down to the ground. Coolness emanates from the large sheet of glass. Beads of water trail down the outside, catching the light from the streetlights. You slide your backpack off your shoulder and place it on the nearest study desk. As you do, you glance down the row of shelves that start a few feet away from the desk. The floor was brightly lit when you first entered it, but the building is preparing to close for the evening. Now only every 4th light in the ceiling is on. The room is darker, a little more shadowy, but with the rain pattering on the windows, it feels cozy, comforting. The familiar worn carpet trails off down the row of shelves, pools of light dot the length of the walkway. A faint warmth brushes your ankles from the baseboard radiators. As you pause and listen, the building's quiet takes on a faint texture. A few of the fluorescent lights emit a low, steady hum. Somewhere nearby, one of the radiators hisses softly, a quiet counterpoint to the rain against the window. Leaving your backpack safely behind you, you set off down the aisle that leads around the perimeter of the room. The carpet cushions your steps. You barely make a sound as you pass by the shelves. Long rows of books stand in perfect order, the colors of their covers muted in the reduced light. The white squares of library labels stand out against their lower spines. Every now and then, a low step stool is nestled between the stacks, or a computer table is positioned at the end of a shelf. The monitors are all dark because the machines are completely powered down. This is a calm place, a comfortable place, a place you know. Its dark quiet wells up around you, inviting you to explore. You walk an entire circuit of the 9th floor, savoring the stillness. When you reach the door to the stairwell, you open it. When you step onto the landing, the door swings shut behind you, closing with a gentle thud that echoes down the stairs. Long cones of light stretch from the light fixtures. Placing your hand on the wood banister, you begin to descend. It is worn smooth by countless hands, burnished with the friction of people passing up and down the stairs over the years. The sounds of your downward journey gather around you. Your footsteps echo back in overlapping fragments. The occasional sound of your palm landing on the banister. You move past light and shadow as you descend. As you do, you know what you would find on the floors you're moving past. Groupings of study areas clustered by windows, rows of full shelves, quiet corners and forgotten notes tucked between the pages of reshelved books. Hallways which are no longer busy. Places where students lingered, studying throughout the day and evening, and the places they passed through without stopping. Now all empty, all still. The building is arranged around you, unmoving. A shadowed and calm tableau. The 4th floor landing looks like all the others, but you pause there. The door opens onto a plain white hallway, its speckled linoleum floor reflecting the reduced lighting from overhead. As you step out of the stairwell, you catch sight of the elevator doors at the far end of the corridor. A light above the door glows invitingly in the distance. Instead, you turn and walk deeper into the hallway toward the sky bridge that connects Cravens Library to Helm Library. The glassed-in pedestrian bridge is unlit, but light from the far side spills across the floor, stretching toward you and reflecting palely off the glass walls. Beyond the glass, the rain-darkened night presses close, causing the bridge to look like a gently glowing tunnel of muted light. As you pass over the pedestrian bridge, your footsteps sound different. They are lighter and slightly hollow. The bridge carries you between the buildings. You pause in the middle, suspended briefly between one quiet place and the next. The sound of the rain here is louder on the narrow roof. The air is cooler and carries a tinge of the damp outdoors. It's a dark green, earthy smell that makes the night feel present. The motion and sound of the rain doesn't break the silence. It is a counterpoint, making the stillness of the buildings behind and ahead of you feel deeper and more complete. You continue your stroll, walking the rest of the way across the bridge and entering the first floor of Helm Library. The atmosphere feels different on this side of the pedestrian bridge. While Cravens climbs upward, enclosed and muffled like a comforting cocoon, the space here spreads outward instead, opening around you. It feels clear, expansive, and easy to breathe in. You move at an unhurried pace down a wide hallway. Doors with large windows line either side, opening onto offices, conference rooms, and archive spaces, all quiet now. Street light filters through the windows, casting the rooms into soft silhouettes as you pass. This is a place of everyday activity, now quiet and at rest. A sense of calm settles over you. The only sound is the gentle rhythm of your footsteps on the linoleum floor. The hallway turns a corner, revealing a glass-enclosed stairway. You enter the stairwell. The quiet patter of raindrops accompanies you as you descend. Outdoor lights and the dim glow from the landing below reach up the stairs, evenly lighting your way. At the bottom, you step into a small lounge area. Tables and chairs cluster near the center of the room, while two vending machines stand against the back wall, their softly glowing displays adding to the ambient light. A few worn armchairs rest together in the far corner. One tall glass wall looks out onto an empty, rain-swept campus. Now and then, a gentle gust of wind sends raindrops tapping against the glass. One vending machine offers snacks. The other serves warm beverages. You wander over, fishing a few coins from your pocket, and feed them into the machine. You press the button for your favorite drink. There's a gentle clunk as the paper cup drops into place, followed by a low hiss as it fills. When you lift the cup, the warmth seeps into your hand. You cross to the armchairs and take a seat. The cushions cradle you as you settle in. Lifting your cup You inhale deeply, breathing in the warm, inviting scent. Shadows cast by raindrops drift across the back wall. You watch them for a while as they trail downward, some joining together to form long streaks that reach the floor. Others separate instead, branching into delicate patterns that bloom like night flowers. Beyond the glass, damp tree limbs sway gently in the wind, sending soft scatterings of raindrops against the window. You sit there for a while, warm and still, listening to the rain and watching the shadows move. There's nowhere else you need to go. For now, this quiet space is enough, and everything you need is safely where you left it. Thanks for listening to the Quiet Catalogue. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like and share. If you'd like to suggest a setting for an episode, please send an email to thequietcatalog@gmail.com. If you'd like to find out about other ways to support this broadcast, please visit my Ko-fi at the address provided in the episode notes. Rest well, my friends.